Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday, the 28th of July. So, looking at the euro dollar first, someone reminded me of the trend line that's running across the absolute highs here on the euro as a potential point of resistance. Now, of course, how you draw your trend line will make a difference to where it is, and if you're putting it across the bodies, I would expect that you're seeing, if I can drag this without moving everything, there we go. If I can drag, you'll see that it's hit resistance a number of times there and popped through. However, if you're popping it on the top of the, if I can get that back somewhere near right, you'll see it's a bit short at the moment, and it's only actually hit that on that particular level twice before. Third time could be a stopping point as opposed to a breaking point, but we'll see. Either way, we have euro strength. Technically, I've just changed this to a weekly chart for a moment, and you'll see I put a sort of a line in the sand here. The next line there is the 118 area, not quite up there, but really it was from prior support resistance to bodies from prior body sort of levels. There's a whole range that runs up to where that trend line is. If I put where the cursor is now, if you look at the point between the solid white line and the cursor and the trend line, you'll see up here, well, that's a possible supply area. We'll see. In terms of it may just see resistance within that. Now, looking technically from a daily point of view here, well, it has gone up quite steeply. I wouldn't be shocked here if we get some sort of euro retrace, but yeah, how much it is, we'll see. Well, we're seeing a slight one at the moment. If you come down to the 60-minute, you can see it's a slightly lower high in there. Question this morning really is this little sort of bear flaggy pattern on the very short term here, is that going to see the price slide through towards that 50 MA, maybe down to its S1, and sort of some key support areas. Some sort of key support area might actually bring in buyers back into the market. So there are plenty of buyers looking at the euro, I believe, and we could be seeing, as I say, buyers, if any decent retrace would see that taken. Well, we'll see buyers coming in. Okay, so at the moment though, it's trying, but it's struggling around that 60-minute 8. If it was to break that and start pushing up there, well, we could be back on for a break of yesterday's highs there, maybe into the R1. The pound struggled more so in general, but it's done okay against the dollar here. It's pushed up, broken yesterday, broke the previous Friday's highs there and pushed on up and cleared away from this 500. I still wonder if we'll get a retest towards that 500 at some stage where we're pushing, but it has made clear new highs. Looking at the technical picture here, and well, just consolidation. It's not really shown too much. Maybe it double topped and rolled actually, as opposed to putting a lower high as the euro did there, but again, similar picture otherwise. Is it going to break through that 34, roll over back towards the 50, maybe the daily pivot, or are we going to see enough volume coming through this morning to push this through, maybe breaking the highs again, running towards the R1? It is difficult to work out from where it is now until it shows its hand. Simple as that, really. It's just patience game this morning. Dollar yen. Yen's been giving a little bit back, and again, it's relatively minor. So there is a little higher low again here, and inverted picture of what the euro, the pound are doing effectively. We could see a break of this 50 MA and the prices push up towards the R1, but as I say, high low through that. A break of the trend across the lows there, running from the absolute lows again, or even a more aggressive break of the 60-minute 21 could see prices push back down again, and another push down there. Aussie dollar. Aussie was started moving quite nicely. He's come short of a double top here. I was looking for more. than that double top, and it's not come. I have a small long position still sitting in there, but it may not hold on too much longer. But looking at the price action we're seeing here at the moment, to say just looking for another few pippies. Anyway, yeah, not happening at the moment. Bearish pivot swing on the 4-hourly here. Similar-ish consolidation towards the lows here. I mean, it came down in one foul swoop there. Well, maybe this is over. It's into its pretty much into its daily pivot. But it did look at one stage like it was going to continue pushing on. Expected it to take a few days or a couple of days to get to where I expect the target I was looking for. But at the moment, consolidation again, the break of these sort of lows here may see it. Well, it's got the 50 almost right below as support. Might just hold it, might just get held there, but beyond that it's really S1, maybe even the weekly pivot if it starts selling off proper. Canadian dollar, well, it finally broke that 500 daily 500 MA, but it's pulling, I should say, back above it at the moment. A little bullish pivot swing here. Potential to see a continuation of that, maybe up to 21.34 sort of zone. Again, it has a weekly pivot above, which could be a bigger draw if we see a bigger correction. Of course, there's little in the way of news today. I'm just sort of running through the news here, and there's the best part of nothing. That's CPI realised sales or things like that coming out of the UK, and nothing really US-wise. Consumer confidence, can't see any of that really rattling the markets, particularly when we bear in mind that tomorrow it's Fed Day. So at this stage, I'm sort of looking at this Canadian dollar. I can see a trend line running up the highs, across the highs here, or visualize, I should say, when I see it. Visualize it. If it breaks above that, effectively where that 34 moving average, the light blue moving average is, starts breaking up there. Yep, maybe it's got some more upside, but that too could run into resistance into the 50. Any momentum behind it would obviously target towards the R1, but at the moment really it looks like a bear flag here, and it may be just waiting for that to be broken to the downside. Would give the better trade. Right, that's pretty much there. Oil, for those looking at oil, it's chopping around really at the moment. It's as expected. I thought it'd become quite range bound, and it's become pretty range bound within about a $2 mark. Actually 40.45, 42.40. So yeah, there you go. It's in about a $2 range. I think there's potential for it just to get stuck in there a little. Okay, that's oil. Gold, we may as well look at gold as it hit new all-time highs. Everyone gets excited about a bit of new all-time highs. Came short of the $2,000 mark, but it's always this point of just pushing so far. If I got these pivots, this pivot is right. It's a monthly pivot. It will be right. Well, that's it's run into its R4, so it's really exhausted itself quite a bit. It is extremely though, so any sort of reasonable retrace might provide opportunity for buyers to get back or get into it. There's no great surprise when oil reaches sort of new highs like this that we get some people profit taking. There'll be people that have been sitting in this for maybe a few weeks, and they're just looking to take profit now. Having seen the highs, and that sort of may see an escalation of that for some as they sort of see it dropping down. They think, oh, better get out now. The way that things haven't changed significantly anywhere else, and you just think, well, okay, bit of a retrace, then may give some opportunities to buy into this. And the S&Ps, it's just a quick look at the S&Ps finally, and you see S&Ps is, well, ended up on a sort of a bullish day there yesterday. Not, I mean, again, this market's not rolled over. There's an expectation that more will be done by US government, not necessarily by the Fed, but by the US government. We're waiting to hear more on that, and anything that comes out of that would be potentially positive for the S&Ps if there's more help given. So higher lows, higher highs, you see in this route at the moment, and it's pushing up as I speak. So I still see more upside on the S&Ps at this stage. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day, and I will speak to you in the morning. Bye for now.